Um, then after that, I wrote a book on the autobiographies of Sir Lawrence Bragg and his wife, and I wrote that with the daughter of Sir Lawrence Bragg. And
So these are two biographies that you've written?
Yeah, two autobiographies put together in one book. So it's the autobiography of Lawrence Bragg,
right,
and the autobiography of his wife.
Okay, right.
And put them together in one single book.
Right.
Because they talk about each other. You see.
Right. Right.
And I did that with Lawrence Bragg's daughter, Patience.
Right.
Who lives not far from here. And I got to know the Bragg family very well over that issue.
Wow.
And had access to all kinds of information that wasn't known about the family and so on. And Patience is interesting. She's the daughter of Lawrence Bragg, Nobel Prize winner, granddaughter of W.H. Bragg, Nobel Prize winner. Her husband, David, is the son of G.P. Thompson, Nobel Prize winner, and the grandson of J.J. Thompson, Nobel Prize winner.
Gosh.
How about that? And it gets even worse because Lawrence Bragg's sister's daughter, Lucy, married the vice chancellor of Cambridge University, whose name I'm trying to reach at the moment, the physiologist who got a Nobel Prize.
Talking about a family business, really.
Yeah, family business, yeah. So I got to know them very well, and I'd met Lawrence Bragg a few times when I was a research student in London, because he came through talking to Kathleen Lonsdale from time to time, and she introduced me to him, so I met him a couple of times. And when I went to the Cavendish lab, the boss of the group was Will Taylor. I don't know if you remember Will W.H. Taylor. He was the boss anyway. No. He'd been assistant to Lawrence Bragg when Bragg came to Cambridge. And together we were involved in planning the 80th birthday of Lawrence Bragg, which we held at the Royal Institution. So again I got to meet him. Actually, if you want a funny story about that, I can tell you that. So I was driving into London to get to the event at the Royal Institution, where there was going to be a reception for him, and I got to Piccadilly Circus, and this black car cut right in front of me on the circus. So I leant out of the window and I shouted abuse at the driver. You know, I was only young at that time. I wasn't the nice cuddly person I am now. And to my horror, I saw it was Lawrence Bragg. So half an hour later, I'm in the Royal Institution, and I'm standing on the grand staircase in a long queue of scientists and other people, waiting to get to the top to shake his hands and wish him happy birthday. Eventually I get to the top, I grabbed his hand and said, "Happy birthday, Sir Lawrence." He looked at me and he started to smile, and then he said, "Young man," but before he could say anything else, the next guy grabbed his hand, and that was the end of that.
Very good, very good. So a particularly strong interest in the history of crystallography.
Yes, yes. I have a large collection of crystallographic objects, models and equipment from the past,
right.
Which I maintain, and a lot of it's upstairs here,
yeah,
for example, and a lot of things that came from Cambridge, which belong to Bragg and so on,
right.
which I have.
You also inherited a large collection of rather interesting ferroelectric and other crystals, didn't you, from RSRE?
That's right.
Royal Signals and Radar establishments.
They're still here somewhere.
Right.
Yes, so that we can sometimes plunder those. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, when they closed down their crystal growing thing, they all came here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, I grabbed hold of that with alacrity.
Yes, of course. I've often felt there ought to be a kind of some kind of repository, international repository, where people can put. Materials that they've grown and made that then can then be available for other research.
It's very difficult getting crystals like this, from the past. But it will be very nice. But it's the same with crystallographic equipment, as far as I'm concerned. What's going to happen to all of the stuff I've got here when I'm gone? Who knows?
No, who knows, as you say.
It's not valuable in the monetary sense, but it is of interest. So I've got X-ray tubes from Braggs from 1913 and things like that. All kinds of things of that sort I've got upstairs here, which I maintain. And I think the culmination of all of this interest was several years ago, it must have been about 2014, I think, we had a European meeting, crystallography at Warwick. And so I, together with Pam and other people, planned an exhibition called the Two Brags exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
And we were able to obtain equipment from all over the country that had been used by both the father and son in their research, and also related people, and put them on exhibition. We had Nobel Prizes there and the certificates. We had 4 of the original ionisation spectrometers, one from Cambridge, one from the Royal Institution, one from the Science Museum, and so on. So the original equipment that they used back in 1913, 1914, we had that on exhibit. The Laboratory of Molecular Biology in Cambridge gave me the original Perutz models of hemoglobin that we had on exhibit. We had the original DNA model there, letters, photographs from the Bragg family. A huge exhibition of paintings and photographs. The Braggs were very good artists. People don't realise it, but they were competent artists. So we had all of Lawrence Bragg and W.H. Bragg's pictures on the walls there for people to look at, and it was really a fantastic occasion.